Oh, apparently this is something that needs to be talked about, I guess. How does Japan make brown representation look amazing and appealing compared to the West? One would think the answer should be fairly obvious, but as H2O, Mr. Big Ol' Gigantabrain Rad Dude 124 apparently pointed out here, well, he didn't point it out, but he definitely showcases it. This is apparently not super simple and obvious to anybody paying attention, because apparently we are still just lacking as a society in terms of like self-reflection before we type things on the internet and we out ourselves as fucking morons. What do I mean by this? Well, let's read what he had to say and then I'll explain further. Racists love dark-skinned characters as long as they have absolutely no traits that could come off as black and then could pass as a white person with a tan. Just to clarify, like, obviously you can have dark skin and not be black, but when I read how is Japan better at this than the West, you're very obviously talking about black people, lamau. Also, as a general rule of thumb, if you wander into a conversation about dark-skinned characters in gaming and someone is getting mad at Deborah Wilson being in a couple of games, you accidentally wandered into a clan rally, lamau, and you can see that here. No, bud. What we are seeing is that you've backed yourself into a corner. See, what exactly are you implying with that statement you made there? No traits that could come off as black? What? Let me move that mic closer since people already hate how bad it sounds, apparently. What exactly do you think being black is supposed to be like in terms of visible traits? What exactly? Please, explain what you think black traits are supposed to be. Because if the first words out of your mouth are gang violence, Ebonics, watermelon chicken, or anything of that variety, bud, like, go ahead and just honestly get off the internet now, because you're just outing yourself as a racist. Like, what exactly are black traits? Like, what is it with you morons? And being like, oh, like, there is no such thing as good black representation from Japan. It's just you want people to be acting white. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. What are black traits supposed to be then, bud? What exactly are you supposed to be doing to properly represent black people? Please go ahead and explain what black traits you are referring to. Like, go ahead and tell everybody just blatantly that you're actually just a racist and you just have that real big IQ out here. Like, come on, dude. Like, how are we still having this issue where people just don't understand the concept of like toxic bullshit coming from both sides? Like, yeah, sure, there are legitimate like white supremacists and shit out there, but like, my guy, you're just as bad right now. You are just as bad as the actual like white supremacists because you're just not getting the fact that you just made this same argument in reverse. Like they're saying, "Oh, whites are better than blacks." And that's not okay when they do it. So why do you think it's okay when you say that, "Oh, you're just not representing black people properly because you just want them to be white?" Like, my, what one, are you implying that you have to act a certain way to be part of that race? Like, what? Like, does every single like person from like Oceania and Asia? Do they all have to like be good at math and do piano and like that if you don't do that you're not like Asian? Like what? Like are we really doing this? Like if I don't like mayonnaise and I don't. I think mayonnaise is honestly disgusting. Um besides the point. If I don't like fucking mayonnaise, like am I like supposedly not white now? Like what? Are we really doing this? Like is this the conversation we need to have? That like you can act however the fuck you want and that you like that's not how the world works? Like if I want to go out and like fucking enjoy a taco at, a taco truck in Philly, like I'm not like that doesn't make me, like fucking Hispanic. I'm just eating a taco. Like it's super fucking non-complicated, one would assume, but I guess not. I guess this is just, like in this guy's, worldview and a lot of people's worldview. But I mean, obviously you can tell this is Twitter. Like these are obviously the fucking dumbest sacks of shit on the planet. Like the IQ was already sub floorboard. So it's, we're not exactly looking at the highest intellect out here, like obviously. But it's like, is this really this is really the conversation we need to have? That you idiots don't understand that you were doing exactly the same thing as the people you were like out here, like you literally said you just wandered into a Klan rally. My guy, what do you call what you're doing? Like you are just as racist. Like you just don't get that you're doing it. You act like you act like you're morally above things. Like, oh, you're just doing bad representation. Like, you just want them to be white. Once again, I say it again. What is being black supposed to look like then? Like, go ahead and try and justify what you're about to say. Like, think that one through for a couple of seconds, because you're basically implying that, like, exactly what I said, if you if you don't like watermelon and you're not eating fried chicken and being in a gang, you're not black then. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're really going to imply? Like seriously? Like are you kidding me right now? Like really? Like this is really the conversation. Like it's mind blowing. Like I know it's like 1 in the morning for me, and I never do anything that isn't at 1 in the morning because I have the most fucked schedule on the planet. But like even as baffled as I am at 1 in the morning, you will never catch me being this fucking stupid. Like I'm an idiot, certifiably moronic. But holy shit, do I at least have enough brain cells to rub together to know this is dumb as fuck? Like, what the shit, my dude? Like, wow. This is big wow. Like, oh, buddy. Are you, are you maybe just racist? Like, perhaps? Just a little bit? Like, damn. Damn, you just coming out and saying it, basically, is what it is. And I've been saying it for a while, and it's well known. But yeah, yeah, the people who claim to be, all for representation almost always seem to be incredibly racist. But no, no, no. When they do it, it's fine. Make no mistake. Oh, it's okay because we're trying to represent them properly. Just gonna gloss over all the people who don't fall under the category of eating watermelon and being in a gang. Because apparently, if you don't do that, you're not black. Or apparently, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you're not black. Are we really? This is really the world we live in, where this level of IQ is being treated as the morally correct thing. Like seriously, can you be any dumber? I lack better explanations, but like clearly, this is one incredibly well adjusted and has experienced society like properly and has actually had a life where he's interacted with more than two people outside of his immediate family. Like this is clearly that. Like really? Like oh fucking Christ, man. Like touch fucking grass, maybe like speak to literally anyone else besides like your retarded cousin Bill. Like come on, dude. Just I don't know what it is with these people, man. You can't talk to them without them getting mad at you and being like, "Oh, that's racist." Like, bitch, I just don't like it when the only representation is bad. But then you're out here like, "Oh, you just want them to be white." And it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that, if you don't act a certain way and you don't do certain things and you don't hold certain beliefs that you're clearly not part of that group. Like, I don't think fucking cheese is all that good. I think it's mid. I think most cheese is pretty just okay. Like it's not, you know, it's nothing to get fucking hype over. Like am I just banned from being white now? Like is that the standard? Like, like if I don't like country music and I don't really enjoy cheese and I think beer is kind of mid. Like, am I just not white now? Like, is what am I? Like, by your standard, that's how we're meant to fucking look at the world. Like, that's the standard you set there, bud. It's like, fuck, man. Some of you people are fucking stupid out here and should not have access to the internet. Like, I've been saying it for years. Like, fuck me. Like, there really should be a vetting process for who's allowed to fucking speak on the internet. And I know that sounds really bad, but like at least have an IQ over fucking room temperature would be like the first fucking standard, honestly. Because then you weed out the stupid people who have stupid fucking ideas. And the actual racists. This guy's just as racist as a Klanman, but like in the opposite direction. Like he legitimately thinks, well, I'm assuming it's a he. They say they're a dude, but fuck me, it's 2020 fucking four. You could just be a woman, I guess. I don't know. Fuck me, whatever, man. But like, you're just as bad. Like, you are just as racist, and you don't even understand that. But it's like, if you're racist in the right way, I guess it's okay. Like, fucking just well, holy shit, when I was a kid that would have just literally been called racist. But like, man, fuck me, I guess. 2024 is a different fucking world where I guess the right kind of racism is acceptable. Anti-white racism and pro stereotyped black racism? Like what the fuck? Like again, I have to bring this up because this is his argument effectively. If you don't do certain things and believe a certain way, then you're not that thing. Like, that's what he's saying. He's not explicitly saying it, but fuck me if he's not basically outright saying that. Like, that's the way that sentence reads. And that clarification just kind of cements it. Like, what the way I view this, to cap this off, is personally, one would expect that being a decent, upstanding citizen who does not get involved with gang violence and, is respectful to people around him, does not commit crimes, that's the standard for a decent human being. That's not white traits. Like, it, for fuck's sake, my guy. Like, there are racist depictions of characters in Japanese media, but like this is your target? This is what you're wanting to aim at? Really? Like she's not like she's not what you're saying. Like once again, not being in a gang should be the default. not committing crime should be the default. Like, doing the things that are mentioned in rap music is exactly what you're implying you have to do to be black. Like, rappers are obviously trying to depict a certain kind of lifestyle, just like country musicians are trying to depict a certain kind of lifestyle. Like, yeah, being a farmer and owning a truck and whatever the fuck country music is about, I don't like it, so I don't listen to it. But, like, like, whatever the fuck DMX decides to, well, he's dead, but whatever DMX has decided to rap about is a certain thing that he's portraying. Like, that's a lifestyle choice. But just because you don't subscribe to, the standard of gang violence and crime does not make you not black, my guy. Like, this would be just as racist as saying, oh, you can't play in the NBA because you're not black. Like, that's the same standard. Like, implying that only black people can do a certain thing and only white people can do a certain thing is what you're doing right now. Like, if that was true, there wouldn't be white people in the NBA. And yet, holy fucking shit, what do you know? There are! Like, you know, I shouldn't need to be said, but not committing crime once again should just be the standard for most people. Like, when GTA lets you beat a hooker to death, that's very clearly, you know, satire. That should not be the standard to become a bank robber. Like, one would expect this is obvious. Again, shouldn't be that complicated. But apparently, if you're not representing in a certain way, you're just not doing it right. And it's like, why are you just as racist and claiming to be better? I know that sounds rambly, and it is, but like, damn. Damn, you people really are that stupid. And when I say you people, you know exactly the ones I'm talking about. The twit-tards, as I like to refer to them. You know, the politically activist kind, who, for whatever reason, are always way more racist than the people they're fighting against. Because, they say shit like this, and the implications are incredibly obvious to anyone with eyes. And yet we just allow this shit, I guess. So, the this is the average individual on Twitter. I cannot wait for the day when we just, stop pretending this shit is acceptable. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, I know I keep just saying that, but like, holy fucking shit. My head is in my hands because I am blown away by the just mask off, instantaneous, full on racist that this is. And yet he acts like this is totally fine. Totally the normal thing to say when basically told why the fuck is representation in Japan always much better than when it is in the West? And it's like the Japanese are just depicting, a woman with darker skin acting like a regular human fucking being. Well, regular for the Japanese, apparently. Because I've never seen Japanese like anime or media based around anime. I know this is not anime, but you know what I mean when I say that. Like they're definitely not trying to depict reality, but they're a hell of a lot closer than they could be. But holy fucking shit! Like as always, totally mask off. God fucking damn.